Hello and welcome to the Bot Box. So, 400 episodes! Yay! Woohoo! Celebration! And of course one of these, which hopefully will actually go off this time. Just you wait, we'll be at the 10-year mark before you know it. This week we're talking about a bot that prior to being on Robot Wars was on Techno Games, and there's been quite a few robots that have been on the Techno Games as well as Robot Wars. For those who don't know about the Techno Games, I haven't actually seen any Techno Games myself, but from what I understand it's essentially the Olympic Games for robots. And generally, if people from Robot Wars were on Robot Wars and on the Techno Games, then their robot would either be something completely different or the same robot with a different name. Cobra was different. It was on Techno Games first, it was known as Cobra in the Techno Games, and was known as Cobra in Robot Wars. It was a silver coloured invertible box armed with a pneumatic spike, which was hidden behind a cuddly toy snake. Because you've got to have a snake of some form if you call your robot Cobra. Anyway, Cobra made its Robot Wars debut in Series 7, landing in Heat J, where it drew Crusher's Pincer and the Kraken, and Flipper Chronic the Wedgehog. Cobra immediately became Chronic the Wedgehog's target, and the snake head became detached. How much of the cuddly toy snake was attached, I do not know. Cobra then went out of focus as it bumped into an angle grinder, and Chronic the Wedgehog was having an argument with Pincer, which Pincer was actually winning. Cobra did end up hanging out with the Kraken, but spent way too much time close to an arena wall, and got shoved even closer to a wall by Pincer and Chronic the Wedgehog's fight. Chronic, once he got free from Pincer, even gave Cobra a shove for good measure. The Kraken landed a blow, but by that I mean tried to get a hole in Cobra and failed. Cobra had some pretty tough armour. Pincer, however, did manage to get a hole in. The Kraken had two Crushers, Pincer only had the one, therefore Pincer's Crusher was more powerful and managed to land the blow on Cobra. Pincer then dragged Cobra away, but it then stopped in the middle of the arena. Mr. Psycho ran over Cobra, don't ask, and both robots got counted out. Pincer because it couldn't move, and Cobra because it couldn't escape. They were locked in unholy robot matrimony. So, simultaneous count out. Cobra got hammered by Mr. Psycho, got sent to the floor flipper, still with Pincer attached, flew air floor flipper and had stuff drop on it and Pincer from the drop zone. It didn't get separated from Pincer. Not on screen anyway. Cobra never returned after that. Cobra was not a quick robot, and with only 6 goes with its spike per match, was never going to be able to be aggressive enough. It would have needed to be very precise with its attacks. And that was it if it were even to stand a chance of getting through. However, for those flaws, it wasn't, whilst Cobra was close to immobile, it was Pincer's immobilization that did in Cobra. can I say? Crushes like boxes. However, nice snake. It wasn't much to write home about. It was a box. Hey, it had the snake. Nice cuddly toy theming. That's all I can say that's nice about Cobra though. Sorry. Anyway. Who's next? Taiki. Please be kind. We've got the Kraken. I'm not joking. I'm really not. Focus camera. Okay, until next week, Callison244 out.